The ballroom sparkled with gold lights, pink roses, and expensive decorations. A giant birthday cake stood in the center of the room, while guests laughed, chatted, and took photos. But the little girl whose name was written on the cake sat completely silent in her wheelchair. She stared at the candles as if none of the celebration belonged to her. Her name was Sophie. Children ran across the dance floor playing games and chasing balloons, but no one stayed beside her for long. Oh, some smiled awkwardly before hurrying back to activities she could no longer join. Sophie kept her hands folded tightly in her lap, trying not to cry on her own birthday. Across the room stood her mother, Victoria Lawson, a famous businesswoman known for building a luxury hotel empire. Wealthy investors and important guests surrounded her, praising the elegant party she had organized. Everything looked perfect to everyone else. But Sophie had never felt more alone. 2 years earlier, a terrible car accident had changed her life forever. Before that night, she had loved dancing, running through the garden, and performing in school talent shows. After the accident, she depended on a wheelchair, and slowly the world around her began treating her differently. Victoria loved her daughter deeply, but instead of facing the pain emotionally, she buried herself in work and perfection. She bought the best medical care, the finest tutors, and organized extravagant experiences hoping they would repair the sadness inside Sophie. Tonight's party was another example of that. Beautiful on the outside, empty on the inside. Then something unexpected happened. A man named Daniel entered the room holding the hand of his young son, Noah. Daniel was a widowed father and a physical therapist who understood how loneliness could hurt more than physical injuries. While others focused on the glamorous event, he noticed the quiet little girl sitting alone. He walked directly to Sophie's table and gently asked, "Can we sit with you?" Sophie looked surprised. Then she slowly nodded. Daniel and Noah sat beside her naturally, without pity or awkwardness. Noah pulled silly drawings from his backpack and started making Sophie laugh. Daniel asked about her favorite movies and the design of her birthday cake. For the first time all evening, Sophie smiled for real. It's not a forced smile, a happy one. From across the room, Victoria noticed immediately. Her heart sank as she watched her daughter laugh more in 10 minutes with strangers. She had laughed more in 10 minutes with strangers than she had during the entire expensive celebration. Daniel soon did something even more meaningful. Using his experience, he helped reorganize the party game so everyone could participate together, including Sophie. Suddenly, the children gathered around her instead of running away from her. The room changed completely. Laughter became genuine. The birthday finally became hers. Later that night, after most guests had gone home, Victoria quietly thanked Daniel, fighting back tears. She admitted she had spent so much time creating perfect moments that she forgot what Sophie truly needed most. Daniel smiled kindly and said, "Children don't need perfection. They need to feel included, seen, and loved." Those words stayed with Victoria forever. Over the following months, she changed her priorities. She worked less and spent more real time with Sophie. They painted together, watched movies, shared honest conversations. They slowly rebuilt the joy that had disappeared after the accident. Victoria also launched accessibility programs across all her resorts, making sure families with disabilities felt welcomed instead of excluded. And Daniel and Noah became close friends to both of them. Months later, Sophie celebrated another birthday. This time there were no giant ballrooms, no business guests, and no luxurious distractions. Just close friends, homemade decorations, laughter, and games everyone could enjoy together. Most importantly, Sophie never sat alone. That was the moment Victoria finally understood something success had never taught her. Love is not measured by money or perfection. It is measured by presence, by kindness, by making sure nobody feels invisible. And sometimes changing someone's life begins with one simple question. Can we join you? Subscribe for kindness. K for kindness.